Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. Every day. We do it our own way. Sing it out every day. Yeah, let's make it a good day. Every day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, here's Jason.
Welcome, everybody. So, here's the deal. Thank you. I love you. Here's the deal. Half of the audience, they're youngins, and they don't know who the hell I am. That's right, yeah. There, look at them right there. That's America, yeah. That's America's youth right there. Look at that. And they don't know this. They don't know this yet, but I signed an agreement with Fox. Whichever of them claps the loudest at the end of the show, they get this when I die. That's right. There we go. One of them in the second row is like, well, judging by the way you look, that's going to be in about a year.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Thanks, Aaron.
Aww.
Thank you. Yeah. Aaron's like, you're not going to die this year.
Right.
Welcome to the show, everybody. First up today, fire up the fast food field trip car because we are real excited. KFC has something new. This is not a joke. The Colonel is now frying up their famous mashed potatoes. Look at that. Yeah. These are introducing KFC's mashed potato poppers, and just in case they don't have enough calories, they come with a side of gravy dipping sauce. That's right. You can also try their other KFC sauces. The potato poppers were inspired by mashies, which are really popular in Australia. That's right. And if this audience claps enough today, they're all going home with some. That's right, yeah. And we'll pay for them using Fallon's credit card, everybody. That's right. Look, Fallon, young people.
I know. I'm pulling the youth off them so I don't have to get Botox anymore.
I know.
So, yeah.
Aaron, as they leave, take a little blood, okay? So we can just, from each of them so we can youngify ourselves. Yeah. That we'll get the essence. Yeah. Fallon and I, that's right. We don't want to pay for Botox anymore. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I would totally eat those. So I grew up with a dad who lies a lot, and like I love him very much. But it's like I'm always like, is this story true? Like when he's like, oh yeah, I like hung out with Julia Roberts at an airport. I'm like, I don't feel like you've ever left your house. I don't feel like that's true.
Yeah.
He always said we were related to Colonel Sanders, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true. He's always said that my whole life. Am I? Can't find any proof of it. Cannot find proof of it, but he swears we are.
Really?
Well, he's from the area that I am from, like this area of Kentucky, Indiana. He's like, yeah, he'd always hang out with Uncle Mary, or Aunt Mary, obviously. I know, Uncle Mary. I know, say that right. Aunt Mary, Uncle Bob, and in Henryville, Indiana. And I'm like, is this true? I do not know.
Well, it's always, you know, for me, the tall tales. It's usually like my papaw used to just have crazy stories, because again, we're from the same area. Just because he was a moonshine runner.
Yeah.
So he had the best stories. He would make biscuits in the morning and then go run moonshine. Legally. So, the youngins don't know what moonshine is. Yeah. Oh, they know, yeah.
No,
But
they don't.
It's basically homemade Tito's. Yeah.
It's aggressive.
No, but I didn't even know that. I went right after I got married. I went to go see my Uncle Ed. And my Uncle Ed goes, "Hey, I was doing some research on our family." I go, "Oh, cool. What'd you find? Do we have a rich relative?
Right.
Are we related to somebody?" He goes, "No, your grandpa was a moonshine runner." And I'm like, "Great.
That tracks.
Yeah. That tracks.
That tracks, yeah.
Have you ever done what? Have you ever done moonshine? Yeah.
I am from Southern Indiana. If you think I haven't had moonshine, yes, of course I've had moonshine in the form of you drop cherries in the moonshine bucket. You take the very soaked cherries and eat those. I've done it all.
Yeah, I know. Are they 21? No. Okay,
that's fine. They will be one day.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Yeah. The one day we have youngins, they're going to go back to class. So, what did you learn today? We learned about moonshine.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. We didn't learn anything about TV production, but wow. Okay, let's get started. It's hot dish served in a casserole dish. Just when you thought award season was over, along comes the iHeartRadio Music Awards. And lucky for us, that damn thing gave us the best clip all week. Mariah Carey. That's right. Mariah Carey being classic diva Mariah. So here's the deal. She received the Icon Award and didn't waste a moment throwing a teensy bit of shade when she took the stage. Watch this.
Is the lighting okay? Because I don't like bad lighting. Is it okay?
It's good.
Okay.
Good.
Do you like the ensemble? The ensemble. I'm sorry. Thank you, iHeart, for this incredible honor. Thank you, Money and
Well.
No, I know. So iHeart is my company. I do radio also, so I work for iHeartRadio. So we knew about this awards. And last night, I didn't realize Mariah was going to be there. I probably should have known that. I'm watching it, and the clip we're going to play. I texted Jeff and Jason because they love classic Mariah Carey moments like this. I go, "Are you watching the iHeart Awards? You will die looking at Mariah's face right now."
Well, because before Mariah accepted the honor, two singers paid tribute to her by singing some of her classic songs. But it seems many fans were more interested in Mariah's facial expressions during the performance. So we slowed them down for you so you can appreciate all of them. Yeah. So there we go. There's one of them. Yeah. Oh, my God. Wow. I could watch this on one more. Yeah. Oh, look at Mariah.
By the way, the women doing her song sounded great. They weren't horrible, just that you would think they were from those clips.
Tori Kelly was, I think, better.
Yes, well, Tori Kelly has just a great vocal range. Yeah. But it's Mariah.
It's just her.
Yeah, and she is the best, so, I mean, I get it.
You gotta let her be her. Getting back to her speech, Mariah also showed a little love to people like our dear friend Fallon.
All the locals and national program directors, DJs, and even the interns who made sure I saw friendly faces when I showed up at the stations at 7 a.m. Not exactly my ideal wake-up time.
Not mine either. Has she ever, again, Fallon's been in radio since God was a boy. Have you ever, has she ever been to any of your stations?
Not for me. No, not me. No. Yeah, Mariah's at a different level. I've been fortunate to meet a lot of legends, you know, Taylor Swift probably being the biggest, but nope, no Mariah, not on my watch.
Yeah. I've only interviewed her once for Glitter, the movie Glitter. And we'll move on from there. I don't need her mad at me. I love her, yeah. Next up, the return of Happy Gilmore. Netflix just a few hours ago dropped the first teaser for the Adam Sandler sequel. Let's watch this.
Arnold. Jacko. Tiger. SpongeBob? What is that? What's with the beaver teeth? I haven't swung a club in years. I'm a little intimidated. All these guys hit it big now. I don't know where to start.
Come on, brother. Grip it and rip it.
I guess I need to update my happy place to something a little more age appropriate.
Mr. Gilmore?
Holy shit.
We're not done with golf. Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
Yeah. Let's go.
Happy Gilmore 2 hits Netflix in July. You got to rewatch it. There's so many people. Bad Bunny is this caddy. Bad Bunny, by the way, releases Calvin Klein ads. The internet shut down for about an hour yesterday. And then I saw on Full Swing, he really did shoot that with a lot of actual golfers. Scotty Scheffler's in it, Rory McIlroy's in it, and they played themselves, and they loved it. And episode 1 of Full Swing shows Adam filming the movie with the guys at various tournaments, and they were so excited. I mean, they're the big golf stars, but they were thrilled to see Adam, obviously.
Well, yeah, Adam Sandler is like, I love Adam Sandler. I know people like, you know, they're like, oh, he hasn't been good since the original Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I'm like, have we been watching the same movies? My standards are V-low. They always have been. But I love everything Adam Sandler does, pretty much. So funny.
Do you have
funny.
Do you have a favorite?
Happy Gilmore is my favorite, but I think Grown Ups 1 and 2 is overlooked, and they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
I like Grown Ups 1.
Yeah.
Big Daddy will always be always be my favorite.
Yeah.
More Dish when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. I know. I like that. Not here. Other company. We do sometimes get groups in, and I know Aaron Schwab, our audience coordinator, will laugh at this. We have a great group. I'll introduce them a little bit later, tell you where we're from. We sometimes when we get young folks in here from different college programs or high school programs, they're usually in production or they, you know, from TV classes. And we had a class the last time we had a big TV production class, and I do a Q&A with the audience at the end of after the show's over, and I went up in front of all of them and I go, okay, this is your time. If you have any questions. Let me start with one. Who wants to do television? Not one of them raised their hand. Yeah. So I'm going to learn today. I shan't be asking them anything. I'll just let them ask whatever they want to ask. Welcome back, everybody. It's one of the most talked about TV shows of the year, but one of the stars hasn't even seen it yet. I'm talking about White Lotus star Leslie Bibb. She was on Fallon on The Tonight Show, and she explained why she hasn't watched it. Watch this.
I haven't watched the show yet, and so...
Wait till you see it. It's fantastic.
I know. I'm so... somebody asked me to do it, and I was like...
Why do you watch the show? Do you not like seeing yourself, or you just...
Well, there's two things. I'm a bit critical of myself, so I'll be a jerk to myself.
Yeah, so why do that? Yeah.
Do you like looking at yourself?
Absolutely. Sure. No. I'd watch it right now if I could. Yeah, I would. I wonder if I can get it online. Is it on Peacock? What's the other reason?
The other reason is because it is so dreamlike, this whole experience with the White Lotus. I've never experienced anything like this, and the response has been so incredible, and I've never really had that like that. And it feels like a dream, and it feels like if I watch it, it'll all be over. So it feels like I don't want the bubble to burst, or I don't want the balloon to pop. So it's like, if I keep it over here, it's like a cake that I'm gonna eat sometime, but I'm just gonna wait and look at it from afar.
The White Lotus on Max on Sundays. They're saying too that her hairstyle, you know how there was the Rachel in '94, that her hairstyle is now the Leslie Bibb bob.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would never look good on me. My face is far too round for a short haircut like that. But good for her. She looks great.
I think you have a beautiful face.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
you could pull off any hairstyle.
That's not true. Have you seen me with bangs? Bad. Bad news. Not good.
Really?
Yeah. I put it in my wedding vows. I'm like, at some point, Jake, I will say, I think I'm going to get bangs because every woman does. Don't let me get bangs. He vowed at our wedding.
Really?
Yes. It's like, don't let me. And I vowed to pluck his unibrow. So, I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's marriage.
Yeah.
That is. From one great show to another, next in the dish, I started watching. Now, I'll give you my full review. I'm 2 in. But I started watching a Netflix show that a lot of people are talking about. It's time for another edition of the Jason Show Watch Club. We don't have a book club because, well, we don't read. We watch TV. So first up, well, the only one today, we're going to check in with Adolescence. It is a British crime. Thank you, Aaron. It's a British crime drama with a twist in the way that it is shot. Now, Leo, before you roll it, let me just tell you, so you can appreciate this clip, just a little bit of it. In a 50-minute show, the whole thing is one continuous shot. There are no edits, there's no cutaways, it's just 50 continuous minutes. Watch a little bit of it.
He's a good kid. Jamie, I want you to listen carefully. What's going on? I'm going to start off with asking you.
Do you know a girl called Katie Leonard? Yeah? Describe each other as friends, then.
Is she dead, then?
Why would you ask her?
So good. So in the show, a 13-year-old boy is accused of killing a classmate as police and his family try to figure out what happened. As I said, I'm halfway through. I've tried to avoid spoilers for it. I do know in the first episode it opens right away. Right away as the police basically tear down the door of his family home, grab him, and the interrogation starts. The second episode that I watched is when the 2 lead investigators go to the school. I will review it in its totality once I'm done. This is just to tell you, go watch it. And number 2, watch it not only because of its very important topic, which we'll get into in my full review, but also just the craft, Fallon. The second episode, as I said, is shot in a school. I can't even, oh yeah, right there's a scene from it. I can't even imagine the coordination. Just think about that, audience. The coordination it would have taken for the camera guy and the director to coordinate. You're not just dealing with 2 actors. You're dealing with these 2 actors, and the camera moves, and you go down a hallway.
And lighting.
And lighting, and microphones. And is this kid, you know, the kid on the left, is he gonna not accidentally look at the camera? Is that kid gonna know his lines? Is that adult teacher gonna know their lines? And if she messes up, is there a plan of attack? You know, if one person messes up a line, I kept thinking this the whole time. Do they have a code? Like if one person messes up, they don't want to stop and redo it all. It's extraordinary television.
I've seen that, like them do that for like a music video before, and that's what, 3 or 4 minutes, and that's very difficult to do. So you said the episodes are 50 minutes?
50 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Adolescence on Netflix. Go watch it. We'll reconvene the club when we're done. Next on the dish. Season 8 of Love is Blind has been over for a little bit now, but we're hearing more and more about what went down in the pods and after the pods. Well, our very own good friend Fallon welcomed 3 cast members to her radio show, Fallon and Colt, here locally on KDWB. You can listen to it on the iHeart app if you're watching us from across the country. Here she is with her co-host and Monica, Virginia, and Dave. And the first thing we're going to notice is, Fallon, you look very small in that photograph.
Everyone's like, are they giant or are you tiny? And I'm like, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
My co-host is, I think, your height. He's about 6'2".
Yeah.
I'm 5'2". So they're very tall people. Now, they're like, Virginia's wearing heels, but I am wearing flats. But I literally walked up and go, oh my God, why am I so tiny? I look ridiculous.
I'm like, she sent me the picture. I go, you look like you should be on a can of cream corn, you know, with the green giant little sprout. Anyway, right off the bat, because Fallon is great at what she does, she asked the good question. She asked Dave the question we all want to know. Dave, what's up with your sister? Watch.
Did Netflix overly show the sister remarks, do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think I was actually thinking about this recently. Like Virginia, you can tell on her face, she's like, I had that same conversation 5,000 times, you know, in a week. And yeah, so I mean, I answered the same question a lot. And I mean, did I bring it up more than I should have? Probably. But to be fair, though, it was something that was weighing on my mind, you know, and it's pretty evident that it had a big impact on how I was thinking, how I was feeling. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's give and take. Like, yes, they asked it a lot, but then I also talked about it a lot.
I usually roll my eyes when reality stars go, blame it on the editing. What was your take? Was he believable in person? There's a difference. You know that.
Yeah.
How did he come across, too?
He came across nice. I mean, that was a year ago. I think everyone deserves second chances. He owned up to his stuff at the reunion, so I give him credit for that. He was like the only one not trying to place blame on other people. He was like, I messed up. He said his sister has had to leave social media because the bullying is so bad. And like Netflix prepared them, like, hey, you're going to get some pushback, but she wasn't prepared. And also, you know, I feel like, I don't know, I brought up the fact that they called it the most boring season of Love is Blind. And he's like, I feel like there's a really fine line because what people want is drama, but the point of the show is for it to not be dramatic. It's supposed to be like us finding love. And he was like, I was the one that was speaking the truth. So they kind of honed in on that. Like, you know, he was the drama for the show. And he was like, I should have probably kept some things to myself, but I did not, so.
Fallon Colt also asked the cast when they knew that their relationship was over. Here's what Virginia had to say on that.
I think the unraveling of our relationship started when we got back. We just learned more about each other, so over time, it was just an unraveling, like I said. The morning of, I was still kind of going back and forth. We had conversations, so he was not blindsided. He knew where I stood.
I did also ask who would they normally outside of the pods have been most physically attracted to, and Dave said Virginia. The other two ladies, the one that Monica chose, it was a guy that we didn't see a lot on the show, and Virginia said Devin and then another guy, and then Dave was like, oh, the other guy, and then Dave was like, well, it's no surprise and maybe a little awkward, but Virginia was my type.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up next, and by the way, you can see a lot more clips on Fallon's socials and in KDWB, or this is just on your socials, right?
Yeah, but I did post it was like a 30-minute long thing, and I posted the full thing. If you look for our podcast, Fallon and Colt, anywhere, you can hear the audio from that full interview.
Up next in the dish, just because you're famous doesn't mean you can't get starstruck. Jason Mamoa was on Kimmel last night and talked about running into one of his idols at the recent SNL 50th. Watch this.
This is a photograph of you and Meryl Streep at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary party. Meryl's got her purse in case you got any ideas. What's happening here?
I'm such a fanboy. And I walk up to her and she's like, hi, Jason. And I was like, you know my name. And I was like, oh yeah, I love you so much. She's like, I love you too. I was like, what is happening? And the music's playing. I'm like, and then she started dancing. I'm starting dancing. I'm like, someone please take a photo, please.
Do you remember what song you were dancing to?
No.
No? No.
No, I was just so stoked that Meryl Streep knew my name.
Yeah,
I get it. He also, the geeking out didn't stop there. He also geeked out when he met Cher.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's Cher.
Right.
I mean, it's like
either Meryl or Cher. Huge.
Young people, raise your hand. Who knows who Cher is? Okay, thank you. Okay, good. Okay.
None of the guys in the front row.
The first row didn't raise their hand. Security. Yeah. We're done with the dish. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. If you thought we loved pop culture, we have nothing on today's guest. Coming up, the host of the uber popular podcast, So Bad It's Good, Ryan Bailey will join us live to talk about the hot topics popping in pop culture and how did he get a start? That and more when we continue. Welcome back to the show. I'm excited for our guest today. Boom! Our guest today grabbed attention last month. Well, he grabs attention all the time because, well, he's great. Ryan Bailey was interviewing Carolyn and Bergie from Peacock's The Traitors when Carolyn revealed that she's coming for Fallon's job. They're friends. They don't hate. Watch this. Watch this.
I can't just go on every single reality show or whatever. It's true. So no, I want to be the co-host of the Jason Show in Minnesota. I already told him.
She's gonna
wait,
get
wait, wait, wait. What is the Jason Show?
It's like a Jimmy Fallon, but for Minnesota almost.
I would listen to your guys' spinoff. I would listen to you on the Jason Show. We will follow you to the ends of the earth. So
yeah. Well. Yeah, Bergie, we're also across the country, not just in Minnesota. Ryan is the host of the incredibly popular podcast. I love its name, too, So Bad It's Good. He recaps everything reality TV and pop culture. Audience, give it up for Ryan Bailey, everybody.
Good morning. I'm so sorry to Fallon. I'm sorry to Fallon right off the bat.
What, buddy? I didn't hear you. What did you say?
I'm sorry to Fallon right off the bat. I did not want to create tension for her job with Carolyn at all.
No, but with that clip, you know what it's like, my friend, when you have a guest that comes to play. It is a joy. It's a joy as a broadcaster, podcaster. Carolyn comes to play, does she not?
Oh, you don't know what to expect with Carolyn, but she's exactly how you see her on The Traitors or Survivor. She is full of energy. She's going to zag left, zag right, and you kind of just, you're along for the ride. And she's like one of the reasons why I love reality television and pop culture at large, because she is just so uniquely herself.
Absolutely. And you just, as a host, you just sit. That's when your job is so, I mean, we both have great jobs, but that's when you just sit back, right, Ryan? You just sit back and let her go.
You just have to get out of her way and let her do what she does. And by the way, it brought me to your show because this is the first time her telling me and Bergie telling me what fans they are of your show. And then I started watching you guys on YouTube and I was like, you have the dream job. This is the dream right here.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I don't take it for granted. It's great. I feel very lucky. And you know this. There's only a finite number of these shows that people get to do, and I always feel very lucky. Well, let's talk about you. I'm a big fan, Mutual Admiration Society of you. Where did this start? You wanted to be a radio guy, didn't you, Ryan?
Well, I mean, I would have loved to have been on the radio, but I didn't. I grew up in Kansas. I was a kid that loved pop culture when everybody on my street loved sports. And so I would just try to get my hands on anything pop culture related. This is pre-internet. Yeah. And I watched like reality shows day one from Real Housewives of Orange County, and I fell in love with that reality show format. And I was an actor in Los Angeles, and I would have small parts on big things like The Office or How I Met Your Mother, and I would have big parts on horrible Lifetime movies. And then I started talking about this, and I didn't think there was an audience for this. I would just kind of shout into my podcast mic about reality television and pop culture, and it just slowly built an audience. But I just grew up loving talk show hosts and reality shows.
And you, correct me if I'm wrong, you started the podcast during the pandemic, right, Ryan?
Yeah. Just in my room with a mic, and I would do these long 6-hour podcasts because I was used to like drive time radio that would be 4 hours and above, and I would just have 3 guests. I would have my parents on as guests, and I would just put it all together as like a big mashup.
Yeah. I got to tell you, you have endurance like no other. Ryan does these long, I mean, and he watches everything, man. And then you do these 4, 5, 6-hour broadcasts. Ryan, I do this show. They have to take me in the back and hook me up to an IV. So I just, it's just...
Jason, I'm getting there. We are slowly losing our lives, Jason. I mean, there's too much... There's too much television on right now. Like, it is a full-time job just to keep up with all the good TV.
The serious question, because audience, and I know you're all going to subscribe if you haven't already, how do you do it? Do you literally have to schedule your TV viewing? I know that I have to.
Yeah, this used to be a dream. As a kid, I would be like, if I could just get paid to watch TV. And now it's a nightmare, Jason. Like, I have to finish work, and then I watch like 4 hours of television. And now they'll have these apps where you can watch it at like 2 times the speed. And so I will speed up the TV show, especially sometimes if it's a reality show and it's a bad episode. I'll watch it 2 times, like the speed 2 times through.
Was there a moment, I wondered this, because it is, you had a slow build. Was there a moment where you knew, Ryan, you were kind of at the top of the roller coaster? Was there a surge of subscribers? Was there a guest that put you over the edge to get you where you are now, where your popularity just kind of exploded?
I wish I could say there was like a surge in popularity at some point, but for me, it was always a slow build.
Yeah.
Or, like it was always... People seem to enjoy me, which was like the nicest thing, and I don't mean to sound braggadocious or anything like that, but the guest, they would come for me, and then you would try to tell them how excited you were about the guest. Like people like Carolyn, it is a dream for me to get to talk to her or have a show with Bergie recapping the Traitors. But for me, it was like a slow, steady build, and then I'm on Jeff Lewis's radio show on Sirius XM, and that actually was a really nice bump because it put me in front of a new audience where Jeff just makes fun of me on the radio.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I love you on Jeff Lewis Live. Wait, stay right there. More with Ryan when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back. Guest audience coordinator Sophia doing a great job over there. She did a great job. Look at that. Ha, ha, ha. More now with Ryan Bailey, the host of the podcast. So bad it's good. Hey, right before we went to break, you mentioned Jeff Lewis Live. You had the revelation, my dear friend, we're of the age of Botox. How's it going?
You know what, Jason? I just got some yesterday, and I hear that it sets in like 2 weeks. So I don't know what I'm going to look like in 2 weeks, but it might be like this.
Yeah. I'm still seeing emotion on your face, my friend, so that's good.
Yeah, I asked to have a little bit of emotion still left in my forehead, so we'll see how this goes. I'll check back in with you in 2 weeks.
Please, please. Okay. We talked some generalities the last time. Now I want to take advantage of you being here because, like you, I love the Bravo universe. So I want to ask you some very specific questions. I want to start with the Real Housewives of New York, Roni, which is my beloved. I watch it almost literally every day from start to finish. I just have it on repeat. What do you think they need to do to fix this?
Okay, so the audience is going to think we're speaking in a foreign language.
That's
but
fine.
It's hard. It's hard because original Roni with the original cast is so beloved, so it already has such an uphill battle. And what I always suggest with any reality shows is start with friendships that are already formed. And so the first 2 seasons, I felt like we were watching this new cast of Roni form actual friendships. And so you're almost giving them a chance. Like, so something will pop off, hopefully, in this 3rd season if it gets renewed, and we'll see some real action. But the casting, they just didn't really know each other. So we're watching them get to know each other, and it puts the audience in kind of a weird position because we want to see already formed relationships. The audiences are really savvy these days, and we pick up on those things really quickly. And with old Roni, you knew Ramona and Sonia were friends already. You knew Countess Luann was friends with Dorinda already. You already had those relationships, so it was so much more fun to watch.
Also, don't you think, Ryan, just as we're more savvy, sadly, they are more savvy where they're almost too protective of themselves so they don't let loose like the earlier seasons.
Boo! Yeah, that's right, audience. Boo! No, you're right. I mean, we're in a different age of what would fly on reality shows 15 years ago is definitely not what we see now. So they are very camera conscious, and they have grown up on reality television. So sometimes they're trying to make moments or force moments, and sometimes they're not putting the foot on the gas when they should. And I think they're just very self-aware. So you have to break that self-awareness.
We have like 2 minutes left. I'm going to divide this. The next minute, Vanderpump Rules, same question. What do they need to do?
Okay, so Vanderpump Rules, it is, we're doing a whole new cast. They begin filming in April. They've gotten rid of everybody because they went as far as they could go. And I mean, you just really have to, I mean, it's an iconic reality television show, but it has an uphill battle because we are so locked into this old cast. And it's going to be really up to the audience. They just need to make sure the casting is perfect. And they captured lightning in a bottle with this. And they also got to make sure that they cheat on their boyfriends and girlfriends.
Okay, I have to ask, you watch so many, you referenced this in the first segment, you watch so many damn shows. What show do you watch that you watch strictly for the job, but you just can't stand?
Okay, so this season, and this is not every season, but right now, and this is, I'm not loving Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's feeling like work. It feels, I know, Jason, don't come at me. Jason, don't be like that. Don't be like, it feels like they're collecting a paycheck. Say goodbye to Ryan, everybody. Oh, no.
What?
No, Jason, I mean, come on. It seems like Erica Jane's there to collect a paycheck this season. And
okay,
it's a softer
I
side
agree.
of Erica Jane.
Yes, I agree with that. Continue.
I just think that Kyle Richards has been there since the beginning, and it feels like we are having to pull information out of her and all of the cast. So it's like a game of what they're trying to hide from the cameras, and the audiences are smarter than that. And it's like, we want more. Be honest about your life, because it feels like we're reading a lot of like subtext in the scenes, but they're not actually coming out with it. Now, Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, 2 episodes in, and it's fantastic. These ladies are kind of new, and they're already working so well off of each other.
Oh, God, I hate when you're right. Okay, you're right. Please come back, my friend.
Anytime. Jason, come on my show, too.
I would love it.
Please.
Give it up for Ryan, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Subscribe right now. So Bad It's Good wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, Ryan. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Ah, he's great. Welcome back, everybody. We're so glad you're here. Look, Fallon, it's the television. If there's one thing we probably don't need, it's another celebrity doing a podcast. But trust me on this one. I am digging the previews that I've seen for Amy Poehler's new podcast called Good Hang. Yeah, and it's dropping as we do this live. It's dropping today. It features Amy talking to people about what makes them laugh. Her first guest, you can guess who it's going to be. Longtime buddy, longtime working partner, Tina Fey. And here they are talking about side hustles. Watch this.
I have a problem with rich people having a side hustle.
Yeah. You mean like a podcast or something?
No, this is you're doing work. I'm saying if you sold like where would my line be for you? Where would I draw the line?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like if I had a rosé.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you already have like...
But Tina, this is where you have to learn from Gen Z. I'm sorry, and we have to.
They don't care. They don't judge it.
They don't judge it.
I judge it.
Well, you should stop because this is the thing now. You have to have 1 million. You have to have glasses.
Yeah. Well, I have my line of children's medications.
And I told you, that's so treacherous.
Look. Okay, I get what she's saying, but also Rihanna Jessica Simpson. These people are billionaires because
Selena
of
Gomez.
the side hustle. Their beauty brands are the reason they're the billionaire, not their main actual job. Jason and I joke all the time, strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
So if you're hot in that moment, that's when you got to diversify, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't completely agree with her. I get that there are some that are a little tacky, but
I just love that this podcast, Amy basically says in the press release, she's not going to change your life. This isn't a woo-woo podcast. She just wants to make people laugh, which I think we need. You can find it wherever you find your podcast. Well, Fallon, speaking of side hustles, you guys may not realize it, but I just added a product. I have a couple things. I added a new product to my brand. Let's look at this.
It's time to take your love of chicken wings to a whole new level. Who says you can only eat them for lunch or dinner? Introducing Wingos, the breakfast cereal for people who love wings. Each fried and saucy wing pairs perfectly with a cold bowl of milk. We even shrunk them down to fit on a spoon. From buffalo to garlic rub, add a little spice to your morning routine. Just don't forget to spit out the bones. Wingos, wherever breakfast cereals are sold.
Why are you making fun of my product? Why?
I guess I should try it before I judge it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you may not realize it. I'm not alone. Fallon, oh God, I haven't seen this.
Me either.
Fallon, well, it's your commercial though. Fallon has a new product that she's selling. Take a look.
If you know Fallon, you know her love of critters. She grew up with a pet raccoon, and she knows how important it is to give your critter the very best. That's why she created Critter Conditioner. Who says your pet raccoon, possum, or muskrat has to look like they just rolled around in a pile of garbage? Give them Critter Conditioner to tame those wild hairs. Your trash panda only has one chance to make a good impression.
Listen, humidity is a real thing. They should not have to deal with that in their hair. Okay?
I know.
It is.
And the young'uns don't know if we're joking or not. You really did have a pet raccoon in Indiana.
I did not. My Uncle Eddie did. His name was Rascal. He was bottle fed.
Did he ever attack you?
No.
He never bit you?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Was he fully domesticated?
I don't remember a lot of details about that time in my life. But, I get upset all the time that raccoons are so just rabid because they're so cute and cuddly looking. I just want to hug them. But they'd bite your face off. You know? They're just so cute.
They're trash pandas.
They are. But now you can condition them.
Now you can condition them with
welcome.
Fallon's conditioner. That's right. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment, everybody. Fallon, did you see our new audience coordinator down there?
I didn't.
That's
wow.
Kai, everybody. That's all right. Yeah. Right there. There he is. That's right. He's, that's America's future right there. That's right. Yeah. Kai, you looking for a job?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Look in that camera right there. Just smile. Hey, hire him, everybody. Right there. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. So we've been having some fun with the youngins. What school are you guys from?
Minnetonka.
Minnetonka. Oh, the great Minnetonka. We've been having fun with Minnetonka. The teacher's up there. The teacher looks too young to be a damn teacher, but there he is. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, look at him, man. Anyway, he's done this before. He's brought different kids here. Not these kids. The kids, I think the first time he did it, they're like, what? They're my age by now. We've been doing this for so long, yeah. But anyway, so as you can see, he's sitting here with a top row of kids that Aaron, our audience coordinator, are calling them, they're the leftovers. They're like, because all of the youngins are on this side, okay? Here they are, here's the main section, and then in the commercial break, she looked at the top row of leftovers and she goes, and I quote, "You're over here with the old people." Right? Right? Yeah. So literally, this woman right here took things out of her purse and started throwing it at Aaron. That's right. I know. Aaron goes, "No, I meant older." It's no better. It's no better, Aaron. No. Anyway, they've been great. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you guys. I'm way older than you. I don't even remember being their age. Do you?
Yeah, but we didn't have field trips like this. We went to the Budweiser factory.
Well, on that note.
We did.
We started with moonshine and we ended with Budweiser. That's right. Hi, kids. Anyway, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Did you really go to the Budweiser? We went to like a little, colonial